Alright, hey guys, so what we're going to go over for this slide and this presentation is just a bit on the scientific method, okay? The scientific method is, and everything that surrounds it, is just a series of steps that we as scientists take in order to perform experiments, because we need to be consistent from one scientist to another. Because consistency will give you better results. It'll show that the same thing's happening, and then we can start to find correlations and reasons why these items happen. So, just to begin, most of you guys probably define science as something unfun. I come across way too many students that all think science is the worst thing on planet Earth, and they swear they hate it. But what I have always believed, and what I always go on and how I always approach students, is that science is as simple as just asking the question what and why. Every scientist on this planet, myself included, is always trying to find out why something is happening. Just curiosity. Science is the reason why we go back through these things and we try and discover and we try and find that why and that reasoning. Everyone, in my opinion, is born to be a scientist because every child is always trying to find out, why is this going? Why is that happening? What's that doing? We were all born with a love of this science. So it's something that I hope to try and refine in a lot of you guys, and those of you that have it, to really hammer it in and try and explore it some more. So, 3 things that we determine as science, all right? 3 items. It's got to study the natural world, it discovers nature's rules about how things work, and discovers knowledge. Okay? So it's all about discovery in the natural world and natural things. Now, science excludes the supernatural. Events are things that cannot be explained by known nature. So what science tends to stay away from is that ghost stuff, anything supernatural. But the term supernatural doesn't just mean ghosts, all right? It also just talks about religion. Science isn't here to argue, debate, or disprove any religious belief or following. That choice is up to you. Instead, what science does is it tries to fill in the gaps of why did this happen, why is this going on, why do the leaves fall out of the trees only in deciduous forests, why do evergreens stay green all year, why did the dinosaurs die, what caused their extinction event, why does my river suddenly have pollution in it. This is all what science pushes for. Okay? So, science is based on observations, an intellectual pursuit. Alright? So, we observe things, and that's part 1 of science. Okay? You make an observation, and the observation is just what you see. So, if you're looking at me right now, you can see and you can observe and go, Mr. Sarmiento is wearing a bow tie. Okay? Now, on the other side of that, you can make an inference, and an inference is when you make an assumption about something. So, you can see I'm wearing a bow tie. You can see my pink shirt. Mr. Sarmiento is wearing a pink shirt. Observation. Mr. Sarmiento's favorite color is pink. Inference. Mr. Sarmiento has a beard. Observation. Mr. Sarmiento doesn't have any razors. That's why he has a beard. Inference. So hopefully you guys can kind of see the correlation between those and the difference. Now, as we said, the power of observation, you guys use it all the time. This is where I typically get really scared because most of you guys say the traffic light is green is found on the top, and it scares me. So, I stole this from somebody in New York. It's why it's asking about the Statue of Liberty. So, there's 3 main branches in science. There is life science, earth science, and physical science. Okay? Life science discovers all the things regarding life. Earth science is all about the earth and the solar system. And physical sciences are about how things move and the properties that put things together. So it's your chemistry and your physics. Now, for those of you that hate math, I'm sorry. Because math and science are best friends. I don't love math, but you've got to come to accept that it's a big part in science. The way that I have always told people, okay, is that science is the explanation. It's the why, the what, the how. However, what math does is it makes that a fact. Math says exactly how it does. and how this happens. Math tends to be what creates and what allows us to create these scientific laws that are so hard and so rare to find, because you have to have the math to back up that theory. Now, with that being said, that's all I'm going to do for this video. Okay? Next video, we'll hop in and we'll talk about the approaches and the different steps of the scientific method, and we'll move on from there. So, watch that when you guys are ready.